Well, good morning. I'm outside this morning getting ready to crawl on the tractor. I got the old Farmall C out. I've already plowed. I put out a video about plowing. Now I'm fixing to break the hills down that I turned over with the plow. I use a single bottom plow, or they call it a turning plow. They got a lot of names for it, but you've seen the video, I'm sure. If you watch my videos, you've seen me plow all over the years with it. I need something that breaks the hills down. I don't have another piece of equipment for this tricycle front end other than I've got a one-row cultivator. I thought I'd show it to you right quick. Some people's ask. This is my one-row cultivator. Technically, you're supposed to straddle a row, put your plants through here, and this digs on both sides and takes out the weeds and whatever. It was blue at one time. I don't know what brand it is or where it come from. It's been worked on, welded on. I didn't give a lot for it, but you can see it's got holes where you can set your rows wider or more narrow. And the way it looks, I'd say somebody's probably took a bigger set and made a smaller set, but don't know. Now, this one-row cultivator would be handy if the tractor wasn't a tricycle front end, because you straddle the row with the cultivator, your wheels is going to be in the row. Now you can flip these rims around, widen it out, and you could probably do some small plants, but the axle hangs down pretty low. Yeah, you could probably get plants 8-10 inches high by the time the tires sink down a little bit. Maybe a foot, you rub them a little bit, something it won't break. Probably do a row of corn if you turned everything, got it just right. I don't usually mess with it because I usually plant stuff closer together than what I can use this one-row cultivator. Although I have added the bigger garden, so I've got where I make my rows a little wider. I might try to set this up for potatoes this year. There's a whole lot of weeds grow in that new garden, so it might be handy for the potatoes. But I'm going to get on the tractor. I'm going to cut the camera off for that, because you don't want to see me try to crawl up on top of this thing. Farmall, you've got to crawl up and get on the tractor. It's a crawl-on tractor, not a step-through. It's kind of dangerous. You got to watch your step, make sure you do everything right. I'll turn the camera back on. I get on the tractor and get it cranked. Or I'll turn it back on. I get on the tractor. We might crank it on the video. Show how this whole thing will crank. Well, I've made it up on here. Of course, this is your throttle. Don't need much throttle to crank it. This ring here is the choke. That turns the power on to you. Coil. It has a newer model. It don't have the magneto. I actually have points and condenser ignition coil. This ring's your starter. Choke in a little bit. Gotta let it run for a minute. We're gonna let it warm up and we'll get started. Garden number 1 has been plowed and it's been more or less chiseled. I do the cultivators. I'm just rolling it and breaking the hills down. Kind of like disking, but I've got an old set of discs and they don't really do very good here. I just seem to have something like a chisel plow or cultivators, which that's a big set of cultivators. It rolls good. You've seen the video, the dirt was rolling. I know it wasn't a very good video of me turning dirt, but Miss Cindy's not able to get out this morning, so I thought I'd try it anyway. I drive with my left and I control it with the right, so because the controls are behind the steering wheel on the right. Which brings me to another thing while we're on the Farmall. Never reach to the steering wheel of a tractor, especially a tricycle front end tractor. It's reading I couldn't turn all the way around because I was reaching around the steering wheel to control the plow or control the cultivators. You reach to the steering wheel and the steering wheel kicks, which it will on a tricycle, really quick. It'll break your arm or your wrist or whatever's in there. It'll twist it up. I turned around best I could and showed you it rolling the dirt. I've got, it's a roughly 50 by 60 area. I couldn't get real close to my sun choke, so I just have to use the tiller on that. I probably won't plant anything right up against them anyway. First garden ready to go. It just needs tilling now and planting. We've got a big rainstorm supposedly coming in tonight, tomorrow night, Monday. Somewhere in there, maybe all of it, who knows. So I've got it turned, I've got it ready for the tiller, but yeah, the rain's gonna pack it a little bit. And I know you probably noticed when I was videoing it turning the dirt, I was showing you one side, and you said, well, it's already in turned dirt. It's already in the plowed dirt. And you got to remember, there's a gap. You get out of the sun. There's a gap between each side, so every time I backed up, the prongs on this side had to be in this opening here on your next pass. So you scoot over half, which means these was in new ground. These was in already plowed ground. Oh, the outside, and this one actually hits here. You can't really tell it, but it hadn't been plowed in the center. It'll leave a hump. Now about 2 of my shoes wide in there. These will break and actually pull the dirt a little bit. These 2 prongs are right here on the next pass. This prong will probably ride in what's already been turned. You can see I hung the tree a while ago and warped that one a little bit. It just turned on the bolt head. I just got to take a hammer and put it back. There's still a stump out there. It's haunted me for years, even though we burned it and chopped on it and plowed over it and tried everything in the world to get rid of it. It's a really old oak tree that was there. Huge oak tree. And we're still finding it every year. I still find a piece or 2 of it. Well, I hope you enjoyed our little short video. This is our second step in the getting our garden ready for the tiller. We plow and we use the cultivators and chisel it, and it lays it down pretty good. And next thing is tiller. We'll get that old big rebuilt tiller out. Y'all have a good day.